Hey guys, check it out. You're watching Jonathan Clark on YouTube. Oh no! While it's been said that a fairy tale life can be oh so overrated, we got that from the Descendants and Zombies franchises. I don't believe that. I don't buy into that. And I am a firm believer to its core that forever does exist. And if there's one thing I want you to run away with from any of my YouTube videos that I've uploaded on this YouTube channel, you will find over 50 of them in my archives because this is my 50th video. If there's one thing I want you to always never forget is that forever does exist. No matter how many times in your lifetime you're going to be told that forever doesn't exist. And you can never spread enough kindness in this lifetime, which is a message to its core we got from the song Life is Sweeter from Ruby Rose Turner, who I'm going to be missing in the Descendants franchise. It really upsets me that Ruby Rose Turner is saying goodbye to a franchise that she had such a significant impact in and will forever leave her imprint of her heart on the franchise for everything she believed in and inspired so many people because of. It's going to be really hard for me getting used to this new cast without Ruby Rose Turner, but in her absence we're going to be seeing a lot of new faces as part of the franchise of Descendants, which hopefully will guarantee its future, like we'll see the new cast members of Zombies eventually guarantee its future too. I was also really upset today when I found out that Millie Alcott is going to be the new Supergirl in the Superman movie coming out in July. I think it's going to be like something like a Superman documentary that Meg Donnelly had initially auditioned for the part of Supergirl because of, and she was turned down because of how Millie Alcott inspired a lot of people, the writers and producers, and ultimately was chosen over her. Oh man, I was so upset over that too, because Meg Donnelly is a talent who's never given enough credit. I mean, look what she did for the Zombies franchise. I mean, they've never shut up about the Zombies franchise because of Meg Donnelly and just how these beautiful messages in these songs like This Is Gonna Be My Year, A Girl and the Zombie, these beautiful messages to their core that were portrayed and put out there by people like Meg Donnelly and Kylie Cantrell and Ruby Rose Turner. And not only is Ruby Rose Turner not going to be returning for Descendants, but also Meg Donnelly was turned down for the role of Supergirl. I think she had more opportunities to portray Supergirl, but not in the way she wanted to for the upcoming Superman movie. I was always a fan of superheroes like Meg Donnelly. I think me and her would get along great because I was always a huge fan of supernatural creatures like vampires, werewolves, and zombies. I often tease how I go on to the graveyard shift every night, which I'll be doing tonight after I jump off this podcast. And I just think that there are so many similarities between myself and Meg Donnelly, so every time I hear about them being heartbroken over being turned down for roles or missing out on several opportunities, it really upsets me, because I think that Meg Donnelly would have been a very powerful representation of Supergirl like we've seen her be in the past, more so than Millie Alcott, who was chosen ultimately by the producers and the writers for the upcoming Superman movie. No doubt it will do fantastic in the box office, generating huge revenue, but I think it would have been a whole lot better with Meg Donnelly being Supergirl for the first time ever on the big screen. I've also talked about how I don't know for the life of me why Descendants and Zombies have not made their way to the big screen in IMAX, because they deserve it. If you can take a franchise like Hannah Montana and High School Musical and put them on the big screen about 15 years ago, I know it's been a really long time, about a decade and a half since the popularity of Hannah Montana and High School Musical exceeded the expectations of every critic out there. You can do the same for Descendants and Zombies. You know, it will be said for forever that Zombies is nothing more than a copycat of Descendants, and while a lot of people agree with that assessment, I think that is an assessment that really is jumping to a conclusion, because Zombies is a very different way of looking at a supernatural creature that was first introduced to us in the 16th century because of victims of suicide and different plagues that had befallen them, for those of you who don't know. And we have seen so many different versions of the zombies and the werewolves and the aliens. I mean, we've all been trying to be abducted by aliens for years. Yours truly has never succeeded in being abducted by an alien. I remember being a kid going out in my backyard and looking up at the stars. Mom would open up the kitchen window and say, "What are you doing?" And I would open up my eyes and I'd say, "Mom, go away. I'm trying to get abducted by aliens." And while I may have never succeeded at being abducted by aliens, it's always been a passion of mine to follow the supernatural. It's always been a passion of mine to believe in everything that we see or hear about on TV and the radio. And you're laughing. Stop laughing. But it's true. And it's because of what people like Meg Donnelly and Kylie Cantrell and Dove Cameron, going all the way back to 2015, have tried to convey for us these powerful messages and these powerful songs with these beautiful messages to their core that have illustrated it in so many unbelievable ways. I'm really looking forward to Zombies 4, Dawn of the Vampires, to see what kind of direction these characters will go in. It will be the first time that we will ever hear Zed and Addison, Milo Menon, and Meg Donnelly say the words, "I love you" in a script. So that's going to be really exciting. So that's not something that you're just hearing about on the internet. We will hear them say the words "I love you" for the first time ever. What kind of controversy and what kind of confliction we will see them encounter in the movie in the way of villains with this new mysterious group making their premiere remains to be seen. But I'm really excited to hear them say the words "I love you" in a script, because I don't think we have ever heard that in a Disney script between two partners in a movie. And we've waited ever since 2018 for two people to say those words in a Disney script, which is somewhat uncharacteristic. But I guess because of Meg Donnelly and Milo Menon having a hand in the script, trying to secure the futures of these new cast members and to secure the future of the franchise, which I have a tremendous amount of respect for them being able to do, because now more than ever I have a chance to be a vampire slayer in the Zombies franchise. That's depending on how many of you go to these Zombies and Descendants conventions and show Meg Donnelly some of these videos to say Jonathan Clark is ready to go. I'm really excited about it. I'm also really excited to see what they mean by securing the future of a franchise like Descendants and Zombies, especially Zombies, where I've heard so many critics over the past couple of weeks. It's really pissing me off how people are saying that we're running out of supernatural creatures when it comes to a franchise like Zombies, because I don't believe or buy into the idea of us running out of supernatural creatures. What about trolls and gremlins and witches and goblins? I mean, there are so many supernatural creatures that could make their introduction, see their point of introduction into the Zombies franchise, and then people are kind of mocking it, saying that by the time we see Zombies 5, we'll have such and such a creature and such a title. It's so pathetic how they immediately resort to criticism when they run out of things seemingly to say. There is never an opportunity to run out of things to say about a franchise like Zombies, because there is so much of an opportunity to write another chapter. There is so much of an opportunity to see an expansion. And now with Meg Donnelly sitting in the production chair alongside Milo Menon, who is also an executive producer, I'm really excited to see where we go from here. This is going to be the first Zombies movie of the franchise in its entirety to present a Camp Rock, Hannah Montana feel. And that was about 15 years ago when Hannah Montana was at the heights of its popularity, and I will never forget that. But from where I choose to look at it, I will never forget the imprint and the impact, more importantly and more significantly, that Zombies and Descendants has had on my life. In just 2 months, over 10,000 views has been put up on this YouTube channel, and just under 50 videos that have been uploaded on this YouTube channel. This is the 50th video that I've archived for you on my YouTube channel and streamed. And in just 2 months, over 10,000 views, over 1,600 plus subscribers as we approach the 1,700 subscribers and the 2,000 subscriber milestone. Guys, oh my God, thank you so much. If there ever was a holy shit moment, it is this. Because each and every one of you have supported this YouTube channel beyond the expectations of anybody. And the reality that I face tonight and every night that I do a podcast is that you could be on anybody else's YouTube channel, sinking in their Descendants and Zombies content, but you are on this YouTube channel because you took a chance on me when you didn't have to, and you believed in the franchises just as much as I did. Because I'm going to be honest with each and every one of you, I don't use AI. I don't promote these videos. All I do is create these videos from my heart. I upload them to a YouTube channel I created. I've been podcasting for over 30 years, and I've been the host of a lot of shows. Either the host or the co-host of a show. And for those of you who don't know, being the co-host of a show is not really that much of a rewarding opportunity as it is to be the host of your own show. I started up my own radio show from the basement of my mom's house, unlike some people who were fortunate enough to start up their own show from their bedroom. I think this is one of the first shows that I ever had the opportunity to actually stream out of my bedroom. Stop laughing. But over the course of 30 years, this is the most fun that I have ever had in my life. I've never had so many subscribers. I've never had such a huge response, and I will never forget it. And that's why I say I will never forget the impact that Descendants and Zombies has had on me as a creator on YouTube. I would go as far to say, even though I have only 1,600 subscribers, I have some of the best fans in the world. You guys are the most unbelievable fans, most loyal fans, and most dedicated fans to what you believe in. You are inspired by people like Dove Cameron, Kylie Cantrell, and Ruby Rose Turner, who I will miss for forever. I can't even sleep at night knowing that Ruby Rose Turner is now out of the Descendants franchise and people are coming in to replace her like Red Sister Pink, who I'm actually really excited to see how she will follow in the footsteps of a star like a superstar like Ruby Rose Turner is, because I say these Disney stars never get enough credit. So I will refer to Ruby Rose Turner as a superstar. I call her Rube. I was a huge fan of her ever since the days of Coop and Cammy Astroworld, a series that only went 2 seasons. That's as far as they got. It was victim of the same kind of plague that Sam and Cat fell under. And a show like Gabby Dern and the Unsittables that only went 2 seasons. I'm going to miss people like Ruby Rose Turner because of the impact they have had and the imprint they will forever have left on the Descendants franchise. I know there are people out there that will always argue that Dove Cameron is the best. You can't beat Mel. And I respect that. I respect that just as much as what I respect Ruby Rose Turner. But I mean, when a company like Disney expects you to be an adult at 8 years old, and people like Ruby Rose Turner and Kylie Cantrell can pick up the ball and bounce it within their proverbial court and never miss sight of what they want in life in terms of goals, and can inspire over 10 million people across all social media platforms, I mean, I have all the respect in the world for people like that, because nobody else would have been able to do it as effectively as what Ruby Rose Turner and Kylie Cantrell can do. That's be it why we have 43 arena events scheduled all across the United States and hopefully the world eventually, all throughout at least the lateral part of the fall. People are so excited about this, and I have all the respect in the world for everybody who ever proudly said they were a fan of Descendants, because I know how you guys are. A lot of people receive a lot of criticism because you're a fan of Descendants and Zombies, but I don't think there's any room for criticism. If you are a fan of Descendants and Zombies, you should be proud to say that you are a fan of Descendants and Zombies. And that is more than any other YouTube creator out there. Any other YouTuber will tell you over their podcast microphone. If you are a fan of Descendants and Zombies, if you didn't hear me the first time, you should be more than proud to have been so dedicated and so inspired by a franchise that had such beautiful messages conveyed in every part of the script, every single that was ever dropped for every soundtrack that was ever released for it. It was unbelievable. I've been a fan of Kenny Ortega ever since Hocus Pocus years, and that was 1993. I was a fan of him then. I was a fan of him when he was a part of High School Musical, the Hannah Montana choreographing for the world tour she went on by 2007, 2008. The thing about these stars are they came in at the lateral part of Disney's height of its popularity, and what I mean by that is they were introduced to the audience of Disney ever before, long after Hannah Montana and Wizards of Waverly Place had exceeded the expectations of anybody. People like Miley Cyrus and Selena Gomez and Bridget Mendler were making their exit. And here comes Meg Donnelly, someone that nobody knows nothing about. Meg Donnelly, of course, got a premiere at the age of 8 years old on a Netflix series, and she was only on there for a mere 26 episodes. I know because I saw it. And then she goes from that to being such a huge success on Disney Channel when her family had no background whatsoever as actors or actresses. Her parents knew nothing about the industry whatsoever. She tried a hand at sports, didn't succeed at it. So again, myself and Meg Donnelly have a lot in common because I was shit at sports. There was nothing I could do when it came to sports. I remember one time I tried my hand at volleyball when I was in high school, and it was ridiculous. I think it was a game they were putting off with the teachers going up against the students, and they served me the ball, and like, of course, I'm as blind as a bat, so I don't know if I'd ever be casted as part of the Avengers or something, or a Batman for the Batman movies. Well, unquestionably, I do a better job than Robert Pattinson ever did. But I remember being so horrible at it, and Meg Donnelly kind of felt the same way, so then she tried her hand at acting, and ultimately she became one of the most successful actresses in the world. I remember seeing her do an Instagram live feed that was YouTubed a while back, and she was thanking everybody for over 400,000 followers. 400,000 followers, I want to say this, does not do a celebrity like Meg Donnelly any justice. 1 million followers, maybe. She's got 1 million. She just hit 1 billion a couple of days ago, but not 400,000, which goes without saying that these celebrities deserve all the credit in the world. You know, I know there's only one Miley Cyrus. There will forever only be one Selena Gomez. Everybody loved Miley Cyrus and Selena Gomez. I mean, who wasn't a fan of Selena Gomez? Everybody was. But I think that people like Meg Donnelly are definitely overshadowed way too much. I mean, look what she did for Supernatural and The Winchester. I really respect everything she's done and everything she's been through. American Housewife was a great show. Kylie Cantrell did so many wonderful things outside of Descendants, and I think that Descendants is only one part of these celebrities' legacies that will define them. Because there is so much that they have done outside of this that will also go a long way in defining them, that will truly go the distance for defining their legacies and what they will be remembered for. I may only be remembered as a guy who shoots a podcast out of his basement or his bedroom for the first time ever in his life, but I want to be remembered as a guy who took a chance on these Disney stars, who believed in these Disney stars enough that I forever and a day supported them. If there is one guy who will proudly say every single time that he's taken a bullet for every Descendants and Zombies fan out there, it is this guy right here. I have never used AI. I have never promoted my videos through marketing. I just throw my video up on YouTube after I create it and upload it and hope that it's going to get 500 or 600 views, and it does. And it gets the 500 and 600 views because of each and every one of you. My latest Descendants video got 567 views, which is huge for me, and I have each and every one of you to thank. Because, as I said, you could be on anyone else's YouTube channel tonight having their Descendants and Zombies content synced into your brains. But you are here because you believe in me. I don't know if it's the voice that I have and how good of a narrator I am. I don't know. Or my opinions on Descendants, or my videos are just really good. I don't know, but I'm hoping that you guys think that this YouTube channel is cool. The guy hosting it is really cool, and you're going to hit the subscribe button. Because as a YouTube creator, one of the most difficult things to do is get you to hit that subscribe button. It's one thing for you to watch the video and up the watch hours, but it's really hard to get somebody to hit the subscribe button. So for every single person who hits the subscribe button, it pushes this YouTube channel further out into the algorithm. The algorithm can pick this YouTube channel up, and somebody out there that appreciates this content just as much as each and every one of us, the content that's brought us all together, however how much they support it and believe in it, they can find this YouTube channel too, and maybe they can hit the subscribe button. Again, I can only hope you're going to hit the subscribe button. But the cool thing about this YouTube channel is a lot of people just make these 5-10 minute videos about Descendants. They say a couple of opinions about Descendants, and they think their videos are so cool because they have a couple of special effects thrown in there with the emojis and everything. All they want from you is to hit the subscribe button so they can achieve monetization. I've seen some Descendants YouTube channels out there with only 250 subscribers, so obviously they're out for the monetization and for you to get that, hit that huge subscribe button. But what I want is for everybody, my ultimate goal with this YouTube channel is to spread kindness and for everybody out there to believe in their dreams and believe that forever does exist, because it's not just something they have made up for a Disney Channel original movie or a Disney Plus exclusive. This is something that I think everybody needs to take into consideration and really think about believing, because every single time that you're told that forever doesn't exist or your dream isn't achievable, that's just somebody battling with their own insecurities, their own form of, not really being sure about themselves. But whenever somebody is dealing with their own form of insecurities, they're going to want to make you feel just as miserable as what they do. Because as I said here on a previous podcast, there's always somebody who is out to make your life miserable by just simply not saying hi to you every single time that you try to say hi to them. I mean, how many times do you pass somebody on the street and they say good morning, or you say good morning to them and they don't even respond? I think that's really ignorant. I think that is absolutely unacceptable. And nobody has the right to bring you down, no matter what you're trying to achieve in your day-to-day lives or just in your life in general. So I just want you to run away from this YouTube channel thinking that every dream is possible and forever does indeed exist. And the powerful characters, going back as far as Dove Cameron's portrayal of Mel, really did a good job driving home that point, that every dream is possible, either through the script or the music. Very powerful representations of what they believed in, tied into their characters, and what they believed their characters as kids, the villains Maleficent, Jafar, and Cruella de Vil should have represented. I thought they did a great job. I will never forget the night that I threw out my first Dove Cameron video on this YouTube channel, and it exceeded over 1,000 views. It was like, oh my god, over 1,000 views. I thought it was just a trick. I uploaded another Descendants Dove Cameron video, and by every video accumulated 500 to 1,000 views, and here I am with almost 2,000 subscribers. The subscriber count can only go up on this YouTube channel if you believe in the content just as much as what I do creating it for you. So if you hit the subscribe button, I can go from 1,681 subscribers, which I am currently at, to over 1,682, 1,683, 1,684, and so on, and I can get to 2,000 subscribers. I would love to have 10,000 subscribers, But that can only happen if every single person who watches this video at least once hits that subscribe button, and that's a lot to ask, I know. But I would love for you to be here, and I can only hope that you think this YouTube channel is cool, and you think the guy hosting it is cool too, because I just love creating this content for each and every one of you. I go all the way back to watching Liv and Maddie. And I think if there were 75 episodes of Liv and Maddie, I think there were something like over 80 episodes of Liv and Maddie in total. I think that if there were 80 episodes of Liv and Maddie, between 75 through 80, I must have watched every single one of them. I loved all the songs on the Liv and Maddie soundtrack. I did so much research about Dove Cameron. I had this thing when I was a teenager. I would go home after seeing a show like Hannah Montana, and I would go online. I would look up every fun fact that I could possibly find about Miley Cyrus, about Dove Cameron. And by the end of the night, by the time the sun would come up, when I wasn't on the graveyard shift hunting vampires, I might have started hunting vampires when I was probably 17 years old. But before then, prior to that, before becoming a vampire hunter and a podcaster, stop laughing, I would read so much about Miley Cyrus and Dove Cameron until I couldn't read anymore or find anything else out about them. And I gained a greater appreciation for all these celebrities that I profile for all of my life. I have given my life. The reality of my life is I have given my life to Disney and Nickelodeon and pop culture in the way of Taylor Swift, Ariana Grande, Selena Gomez, Demi Lovato, Miley Cyrus, Dove Cameron, Kylie Cantrell, and I've never looked back since. And if I could do it all over again, if I could pull a Phineas and Ferb and go back in time, courtesy of a time machine, which I have not succeeded in building yet. I remember a while ago I promised to build a roller coaster in my backyard, but I never got around to doing that either. But I remember always promising to build a time machine and go back in time. If I could go back in time and do this all over again, I wouldn't think twice about it, because I know how much this means to each and every one of you. And because I know how much this means to each and every one of you, I give you my word that I will never go away and I will never quit. Because I know how important this is, how much of a significant impact it's had on all of your lives. And when you have people like Kylie Cantrell and Meg Donnelly coming all the way to Canada, which is a beautiful place to shoot the franchises Descendants and Zombies before relocating to New Zealand, it just goes to show how much of a passion and how much they believe in this and how much of a passion they put behind in everything that they do. And that's why I'll always say forever and a day that they never get enough credit for what they believe in. Sure, Meg Donnelly loves cartoons. I love cartoons too. I love SpongeBob SquarePants as much as what she does. I love the Bluey cartoon as much as what she does. Many of you may not know this, but she falls asleep watching Bluey every single night of her life. And I can see why. It's because of the messages of the cartoon. It's because of the messages that's put behind SpongeBob SquarePants. I mean, the voice of SpongeBob SquarePants is so talented. And when he's making a point, when Jeff Kinney is making a point, he does an incredible job of doing it. I always wanted to be the voice of SpongeBob SquarePants, just as much as what I wanted to do these voiceover sounds where when you're in fight scenes and stuff, you're behind a microphone for over 45 minutes going, like that, you know. I always wanted to do that kind of stuff because it was so cool. I always wanted to be a part of a series like Buffy the Vampire Slayer. I always wanted to be a part of Supernatural. I always wanted to be a part of Are You Afraid of the Dark? And unfortunately, people like Mila Baker and Meg Donnelly have beaten me to it. But if you guys hit the subscribe button, I don't know, 10,000 times, maybe I'll get the opportunity to be a part of the Zombies cast. Maybe I'll get the opportunity to be the narrator and the voice of Descendants in the opening monologue, if not the Prince Charming. I don't know. But you guys got to hit the subscribe button about 10,000 times to make that happen. I was a theater kid too, like Meg Donnelly, so I have a lot of appreciation for Meg Donnelly. I was a theater kid. I had a hand in producing a lot of ballet recitals years ago. We just haven't got to tell anybody that. And I had the most fun in my life at that point in my career, having a hand in that and the production of it. And I've had the most fun in my entire life producing these Descendants and Zombies videos for each and every one of you. Yes, it has a lot to do with how much I know this means to you as a franchise and as a whole. But I'm just as big of a fan of it as each and every one of you have proudly said to your friends in conversation at school, on the school bus, coming home from school, having your slumber parties, watching Descendants. I respect each and every one of you to the universe and back because you deserve it. And you don't deserve to be hearing this criticism, this constructive criticism, I'll call it, about Descendants and Zombies like you've been hearing on YouTube. I mean, let's be real. People are uploading their Descendants Zombies videos, creating these thumbnails that they don't even create. They just use like vidIQ or something to create the thumbnail, throw in an AI voice that they don't even say, put their own voice behind, and expect you to hit the subscribe button. And the unfortunate thing is, a lot of you are doing it. This YouTube channel is very different from that. It separates itself from every other YouTuber out there because this YouTube channel is for you. This YouTube channel is an open book. So what you want to hear discussed on this podcast, you can have discussed on this podcast. If you have feedback, you can give the feedback. You can be who you want to be on this YouTube channel because I know how much Descendants and Zombies means to each and every one of you. I'm the only guy who shows you who he is on YouTube if I'm not a highly paid creator that only comes on his YouTube channel for about 5 to 10 minutes, puts himself up in the corner or down at the bottom of the video when they're reviewing the trailer and just tells you how they feel about Descendants and Zombies. And most of the time, it's not what you want to hear unless you hate the franchise, which 95% of you subscribe to this YouTube channel obviously love it to death. I respect you for that. So because I think you deserve better, I give you my word. I'm going to go out of my way to do just that for you. So I've got some really cool Descendants footage to show you. You can hit the subscribe button while you're watching it. I believe this is the first time I'm going to be actually watching this footage with you. And I'm hoping you're going to hit the subscribe button because this YouTube channel is full of content. There's something here for literally everybody. So what do you say we watch this footage together?
We must talk Descendants Rise of Red.
Let's do it. I mean, we're in our red apparel today.
Yes.
The costumes in this movie are beautiful.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
Like your
Thank you so
costume, your
much.
wig,
Yeah.
your red wig is.
And listen, I worked
it's
with
so
drag queens
good.
for 3 years. I know how to clock a wig.
No,
okay?
I was like, guys, this lace has to be melted. Like, I cannot be caught in a crazy lace right now. Like, but no, I am serving full drag, like full red drag, and I love it so much. Like, I love becoming her, and that extra aspect of like putting on the outfit, putting on the hair, the makeup, the nose ring, like all of her little details in her look just make it feels like I'm transforming into her and makes me feel like I'm really playing a character.
Thank you guys so much. Seriously, I don't know where I would be without each and every one of you who go out of your way to hit the subscribe button. I would love to have, 10, 15,000 subscribers. I heard Meg Donnelly joking about 50,000 likes on her YouTube channel or whatever a couple of days ago, and I thought to myself, how cool would it be to have 10, 15,000 subscribers, 50,000, 100,000 likes on this YouTube channel. But, I just upload the video. I don't promote the video. I throw in a couple of tags because I got to, write up a description because I got to, and I leave the video there, and I hope that it's going to be seen by, 500, 600 people, depending if the YouTube recommendation system or not recognizes it and recommends it to whoever is searching up Descendants and Zombies content. Because I know there are probably, 200,000 people on YouTube who are searching up Descendants and Zombies every single day, every single night, and I'm just hoping you're going to find this video. So if you found this video, apart from every other YouTuber out there who may be uploading Descendants and Zombies content, I can't thank you enough. From one heart to another, seriously, guys, thank you so much. Because you guys brought me back from obscurity. You guys wanted a hero to be narrating Descendants and Zombies to give you great commentary, and you brought me back from seemingly out of nowhere when I thought I had hung up the headset for the final time, back in 2018. Some of my older archives are linked on my YouTube channel, but I've been doing this a really long time, and this is the most fun that I've ever had distributing a podcast for you on YouTube, and I look forward to spending the majority of 2025 every single day in 2025 with each and every one of you. I got this new concept now of doing Descendants and Zombies themed weekends, which means from Friday to Sunday every weekend there will be either a Descendants or Zombies themed video themed around Descendants, The Rise of Red, the original Descendants cast, or Zombies uploaded for you every Friday through Sunday, with additional videos being uploaded periodically on Tuesday and Thursday depending on what the topic is. So with that being said, I'm doing it out of respect to each and every one of you because I know how much this means to each and every one of you and how much this has meant to me and how much of an imprint it will forever have left on my heart. Guys, I can't thank you enough, and I hope you keep continuing to support this YouTube channel with your endless love and support, which I can never get enough of. Guys, thank you so much. What do you say we go spread some kindness, be kind to one another, and we will do it again in a couple of days. Bye, YouTube.